I'm ready. Are you guys ready? All right, let's do this. Hi everybody, I'm Robin from Talks from the Heart. Well, I put up a survey and I asked, did you guys want us to have a Q&A or what's in my bag? And the Q&A did get some few questions. So I thought, you know what, let's go for it. So this is a question and answer unedited. I am going to warn you, I don't know if that's a positive or a negative, but I'm going to be really honest with you. I know that when I watch question and answer videos and they kind of give me a half-assed answer, I'm like, oh, come on, you can do better than that. So I am going to do better than that. I'm going to be 1000% honest with you. I'm going to be blunt, but I always try to be fair. I always try to be kind. And please know that one of my mantras is, it's my opinion. It's only my opinion. It's always fun when I'm agreed with, but it's never expected. So please know that if I share something on this Q&A and you don't agree with me, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to leave the channel. But I'm not going to be giving answers that I think are going to gain subscribers. I want to be honest with everybody who watches my videos, and I think that that's what I'm known for. All right, so I have them written in my rings, and let's get to it. So I had a number of them on Instagram and then also YouTube. But first I wanted to touch on something that I keep forgetting to do in my videos, and that's share a couple of emails. I do get some emails and some encouraging words via email and also DMs on Instagram. And the first one is, and I hope it's, I do have these people's permission to share their emails on the channel. So I just want to do this really quick. I want to do a shout out to Suzanne, who actually sent me my very first super thanks. I do have super thanks available on my channel now. And so if you do want to, donate some money, whatever, you go ahead and do that. It just says, hello, Robin. I want to send you an extra special thank you. Our 8-year-old Cavalier KC Spaniel, Riley, passed away the day after Easter. And he had a heart problem common to the breed and leaves behind his twin sister, Catherine, who has never been without him. This is going to be an emotional Q&A too. He had, let's see, although we knew his situation, we truly believed we had had more time with him, as you are also what my husband calls a pup mommy. I know you understand we lost a family member. Yes, 1000% understand. Catherine, my husband, and my 2 teenage children are going through the healing process. I wanted to let you know how much you and your channel means to me. You don't just show planning ideas and products, but you are very real and you connect with your audience. And I always feel like I'm hanging out with a friend. And so many times you give a much needed laugh. Thank you. And I always love hearing Cooper and Mochi in the background. Thanks for putting up with them. Thank you for lifting me up when I was feeling down. I guess my super thanks to you was in memory of our sweet Riley. And she attached a picture of him, and he's adorable. And I just wanted to say we're sorry for your loss. All here on this channel, we know that pets are, there's Riley, sweet baby boy. And that's this, like Mary would say, that's the suck factor of owning a pet, is when they pass. It's just absolutely horrible. And then the other one is from Virginia, and she said, and these two are really old emails, and like I said, I'm super sorry. I've just kept forgetting to address them. And it said, good morning, Robin, sending you so much love. My daughter and I look forward to watching your updates. You have pulled us through the last few years of lockdown. Recently also watched Rachel, a fellow UK based creator. So this person is in the UK. Your creations fulfill my urge for stickers, as my journals are to mostly drawings. Your laugh makes me and my daughter smile. Thank you for taking the time to share, and we love having you in our lives. Oh, thank you so much. So I have her permission, and I do believe, okay, here she is. Aren't they sweet? Yay! So one thing about YouTube is that you just reach the world, and it's such a blessing when I get these emails encouraging me that, hey, you know what, we appreciate your channel. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and over with. So we have a number of questions, and I'm going to keep them very organized. There's going to be a couple questions that have long answers, but I think the answers are going to be interesting. So the first one is from, and these are in no particular order, and they're either from YouTube or Instagram. And the first one is from Peachy Planner, and what's your dream vacation? This one was super easy. It has always been, and I'm hoping to do this someday, go to New York City. Oh my goodness. I want to go to New York City. So many movies are based out of New York City, and I just want to get a big old piece of pizza. And but here's the thing. I want to go with no budget and buy whatever I want with a hot guy who rents a car service, so we don't have to walk anywhere or worry about parking. And so that's my dream vacation, is New York City with a hot guy and a car service and an unlimited budget. Like I said, you can see why I haven't done it yet. Okay. The next question is from, and I'm going to try to pronounce this stuff okay, Tuomi, Tuomi. She says, do you store old planners? And if you do, it would be nice to see them. No need to do a flip through. Yes, I do, but they're basically I throw them downstairs in a box and that's it. There's really nothing to see, and I probably won't dig them out to just show you the covers. And as you all know, if you watch my channel, I don't ever share my finished my finished journals. How long have you been planning, and how has your style evolved? So this was a couple of questions from the same person. Well, I think 2016, and that's when I started the channel. So maybe a couple of months beforehand. And then how is my planner life is evolving all the time. I'm always looking for something new, something interesting. And I have decided, when I switched into rings, I made a really big decision, and that was that I was just going to do what I wanted, when I wanted, with my planners. And if I left a planner unfinished, but I wasn't feeling it, I wasn't going to waste time. You can see my light keeps flickering, and this is freaking me out. And I know I don't believe in this stuff, but sometimes, a lot of people do. This is let's say it. This is the room my husband passed in, and this light ever since has flickered. Okay. I'm not trying to be weird, because I don't know, but okay. Remember I told you, unedited. Okay. So I decided, let's go back to the subject at hand now that I've shocked you. I have decided to just not waste time in stuff that doesn't give me joy. I know that sounds really spoiled, and I don't mean it like that. It's not coming from a place of, well, I'm going to do this and buy all this brand new stuff because I'm just not feeling it. No, I have a level of responsibility, but if I truly, after like a month or 2 months, I'm not feeling a planner, and I'm just like, nope, it's not working for me, I'm switching, and I'm not going to be apologetic about it, and I'm not going to feel obligated to a planner when that's something I deal with every single day, meaning I'm in a planner every single day. And so if I decide that I don't want to be in that planner anymore, and I've truly, truly tweaked it, done all the little things to maybe change it or whatever, and I'm like, nope, this isn't working, then I'm moving on. So my style is always evolving. And then the last is, what are your favorite planner YouTubers and Instagrammers? Don't have any favorite Instagrammers. Instagram kind of annoys me in a way. Like, it's such a time sucker that I'm really trying to be better at it. And if I put posts up, which I've been doing a lot since my PR responsibilities require me to do that, I try to make it fun and interesting and quick. So they say that Instagram's moving towards Reels, and I'll put my energy here on YouTube. I will not start doing Reels. I don't have the time for that. When I put up posts, like when I put up stories, sometimes if there's 4 or 6 slides and I do words, music, and tags, that can take me 20 minutes. And I don't know if I'm slow or if that's just what it takes. So for me, I'm not gonna do that. So I don't really have, hey, there's a light again. Maybe it's just, maybe I need to make friends with an electrician. Okay, So don't really have favorite Instagrammers other than my friends. And then my favorite YouTubers. Okay, so I started out a long time ago. I watched, and I still do, Palooza. She actually was one of the very first people to help me that had a successful channel, and she was very kind and patient and answered all my beginner questions. So shout out to Lolly. Thank you so much. And every once in a while I'll hear from her, and we're still on a first name basis. So I will link everything I mentioned below. So please look at the description box, and also, you know, sometimes you have to scroll down further to get the information you need. So these channels will be linked. So Lolly Palooza, she does crafts. And then I also, a long time ago, and got a lot of fun ideas from Lyric Loves Crafts. She has a big channel where she does paper crafts and stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, your basics. I watch the Scribble Prints Co. when she launches new kits. And you know, show her some love. Pookie Bear Cuties has a channel. She hasn't put up any videos lately. And let's just comment below. Elvira, we want more videos. She's going to kill me. Kill me. She's just going to kill me. She has a channel. And then, of course, Sarah Martinez, who is taking I don't know, an undated break from YouTube. I have no answers for you guys. I don't know if she'll put up a video or not. And then, of course, Rachel Beauty Plans, and then the Planner Files. I mean, I watch a lot, you guys, a lot. And then a newer channel that I found is called Planning Annie, and she's so unlike me. She has a very good skill set about teaching and going slow and explaining things, whereas I'm like all over the place, like hopping. I have a lot of squirrel moments, you guys, and I know you know that. So I will link those below. All right. Oh, and then non-planner stuff, because I want you guys to watch these channels because they're pretty cool, is Schnauzer Mom. She has 7 miniature schnauzers, and it's the best ever. I love them so much. Miggy's my favorite. Arnie and Carlos, they're adorable. They're in Norway, and I don't knit, but they are so cute. I can't hardly stand it. So I watch them. And then here's a secret. Olivia, my daughter, has a channel. She has one video. She's singing a song at an open mic night that she wrote, and she doesn't watch my videos like right away. So I think we have time. I will put her as the top link of the YouTube. Show her some love, subscribe to her channel, but please hear me. Don't comment, because then she'll be on to us and she'll kill me and she'll take the video down, and we don't want her to do that. So okay, so the next question is Mrs. Dude and Kids, funniest planner fail, and then worst planner purchase. Okay, I couldn't, funniest planner fail. I don't know that I got tripped up on the word funny. So I'm going to say that when I tried One Book July in an A6, it was, I couldn't do it. I tried to journal, plan, all in the same book, and it was like, nope, I wasn't having it. And then my daily planner from Lights Planner Action that didn't have enough pages, that video is very popular. I will link it below. And you guys, that is the biggest fail ever. $66 for a planner that didn't have enough days in it. And it was a daily planner. And her snarky, you know, oh, well, you guys don't necessarily plan every day, do you? And I thought, well, could that be my decision? Not you deciding for me that, you know, when there's 31 days in a month, I'm not allowed to plan because, you know, and the listing was not clear. So the listing has been corrected to be a little bit more clear, but honestly, I don't know. I'm sure there's still people still getting taken by that video, or not that video, but that planner, and it's frustrating. So that would be my worst planner purchase for sure. And okay, so Jolyn B says, how is Cooper? He's great. He's actually going to be 10 years old in October. I can't believe it. Somebody was walking by yesterday and he was doing his freak out mode. And I said, I'm so sorry. He's going to be 10. There's no stopping him, because he was like, bah, 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 going all screecher howler monkey mode on this couple walking by with their very calm dog, of course. And she said, he's going to be 10. And I said, yeah. And she said, wow. So he's living his best life and he is so spoiled and I love him to pieces and he's my joy every day. So he's doing great, Jolyn. Thank you so much for asking about Cooper. All right. The next question is from Laura, Lora, and it says, at times you give a shout out to your mom. Does she ever come to visit? If so, it would be fun to have her as a guest like Mary, Olivia, and Sarah. Okay, my mom did used to come to visit. There goes the light again. I can't even. And when I mentioned my mom, I'm just kidding. Okay, Mom, I love you so much. Please come to visit. I've been begging her for like a year, and I'm just going to ignore the light, you guys. I've been begging her for like a year, and she keeps saying she's praying about it and thinking about it. So, and I'm to the point now where I have such little vacation because I work part-time that I went there in May of last year for Mother's Day with Olivia. We had a blast. And, but I'm not going to go back anytime soon right now because I have other places that I want to visit. So, Mom, people want you to come visit, and then we're going to put you on YouTube. My Uncle Mark thinks I'm on TV. She's probably like, H to the no, I'm not going on your video, but we'll see. So everybody comment below that you want my mom to visit, and hopefully peer pressure and she'll come and visit. All right. Jeannie H. Next to planning, what is your favorite thing to do? All right. So I don't have just one favorite thing. I would say hanging out with my kids and Olivia, of course, Olivia, we FaceTime a lot. So I enjoy that a lot. Reading a good book. I love getting lost in that. And I love binge watching a really good show like over the weekend where you're like, people will ask you, what'd you do this weekend? I'm like, sat in a chair and only left the chair to get food and pee. So I love watching a good show, reading a good book. And then I would say I tried to think of something that wasn't so like a normal answer. And this is something I really do love to do. And it's have a deep conversation about a subject with somebody. And that somebody can be anybody that's in my life. But I just love sometimes having a deep conversation. It's just fun to me. And I don't necessarily like have to argue the point. I just like learning somebody else's point of view and then also sharing my point of view. So, okay. The next question is from Lucy. Are you excited for the 2023 Hobonichi reveal in August? Yes. Aren't we all? I'm super excited. I hope they come up with some different covers for the Hobonichi weeks. I wasn't really moved by them last year, so we'll see. And then what is one piece of advice you would give younger parents? Okay, you guys ready? This is a long answer, but I wrote it down so that I could stay on task and not stay on this question forever. I would say that these are the things most important, and that is teach them to be, well, first of all, remember, you're just their host until they turn of age. And whatever age you decide that's going to be, they think it's 18. Oh, I'm 18. I'm an adult now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you still live in my house and you're still squatting on my land and eating my food. But okay. Straight up, I can't tell you how many moms that just roll their eyes when they hear their kids say, I'm an adult, I'm 18. I'm like, okay. So I just talked to Olivia about this before I posted the Q&A. And I said, I'm so proud of you and Alexander because you're both problem solvers and they're very independent. And I said, I really did try as you were growing up to teach you that I was just your host and your trainer. Teaching you how to problem solve, making them responsible for their actions. I think that's a really big deal, even if they're, not everything, oh boy, I'm going to step in it. Not everything deserves punishment. Sometimes a kid, no matter how small or big, you can just take that and use it as a teaching moment. I think you really have to look at the child or look at the individual and say, okay, are they really contrite about what just happened? Are they really sorry? Are they super duper getting it that they messed up? And if they do, sometimes that's punishment enough, because I can tell you that things in my childhood, I replay in my head and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what was I thinking? And so I think sometimes that's punishment enough. Okay, so teach them to be problem solvers and embrace how God wired them, because it's a guarantee you're going to have kids that aren't like you at all. 100%. And you'll be like, that came out of me? That's interesting. Where did that come from? And then you also going to have one that it's a good chance that if you have more than one child, that you're going to have one that's just like you. And that's the one you're going to butt heads with. You'll be like, oh, you did not just say that to me. Oh, yeah, no. Are you kidding me right now? And then all of a sudden in your moment of self-awareness, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I totally would have done that. Or, yep, that would have been my reaction. So that's going to be the kid you're going to butt heads with most. And I would say show that child the most grace because, you totally understand them at a deeper level. And then the other thing is that I wrote is teach them their word means something. And teach them that your word means something. Don't threaten something you're not willing to follow through on, because then they won't trust you. And they'll be like, yeah, mom's just squawking again. And then teach them that their word means something. I have 2 stories. They're short. My son, okay, you guys, he's 26 and he's well adjusted. So so everything worked out okay. But he was about, gosh, let me think. I'm going to say 13 to 14. And he was one of these people where you would say no, and then he'd bug you. Okay. And I was in my room. I was in my bedroom. It was the middle of the day. And I think it was like summertime or something. And I was in my bedroom. I'm getting nervous to tell this story. And I was naked. I had just gotten out of the shower and I had taken the towel off. I was in the bedroom with the door closed and I was naked. And he comes up and he knocks on the door and he's like, Mom, can I come in? And I'm like, no. Yeah, but can I come in? No. And I mean, I also didn't feel like I always owed my children an explanation. When I would say no, the answer was no. And so he goes, yeah, but Mom, can I come in? And I think at that moment, I thought, man, he is just not taking no for an answer. I thought, well, this might be a teaching moment. So I just stood there and he goes, Mom, can I come in? And I'm sorry, but he wasn't on fire. So he could have waited 2 seconds. And I probably, now that I'm telling this story, could have said, no, not right now. Give me a second. Okay. So I just stood there and I go, yep, you can come in. And I was buck naked. And I stood there and he opened the door and he goes, ah! And he just went running. And so I just walked to the door, I closed the door and I got dressed and I went out and I found him and I go, next time when I say no, it kind of means no. Okay. And he's like, yeah, okay, no problem. He does not watch my channels. He's going to be okay with me sharing this. Okay. So the other story with him was, let them make sure they know that you're serious when you say something. And then the other thing is make sure they understand that what comes out of their mouth, people take them at their word. And so he was about 12. We were going to go to a movie. He's like, I don't want to go to that movie. I don't want to go to that movie. And I said, okay, then you're not going. I said, if you're not ready and in the car, we're leaving. And I thought, I'm done messing with this boy today. And so we drove off and he was upset because he said he wasn't going and I took him at his word. And that didn't happen again. So that's my advice to young parents. Probably don't do what I did. I mean, nowadays, if you got told on with that, you might get in trouble. So I told you it was going to be unscripted today. All right. So I have 2 people that asked about my online dating experience. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm ready. I didn't want to do a whole video on it because I don't know, but I'm ready to answer the question. That light seriously is going to drive me to drink. Okay. On Instagram, Gen X Planner, and then on YouTube, Aimless Allie, A-L-L-E-E, she asked me, are you dating? You mentioned a dating app that didn't go well. Will you try it again? I would love to meet someone, but I can't get up the nerve to try an app. She's retired, pandemic, living in a new area. It's slim pickings. All right, the first thing that happened was I started getting people telling me I needed to get out more. And I thought, oh, okay, fine. How am I going to do that? And so I had somebody help me with Bumble, and that was a dumpster fire. It was a hot mess. First of all, I put up a very nice picture of myself, and Bumble is where the girl makes the first approach, which I realized after 24 hours, I was not comfortable with that. I wanted a guy currently, I am not dating. I would like to date. And after you watch this video, if you know of anybody, my email's below. I say, tell them about me. I think I'm going to just put myself out there. So I tried Bumble for 24 hours and then I took it down. My profile blew up. I had all these hearts and all these nice picture, blah, blah, blah. But the girl has to make the first move. There were some local guys that I was attracted to that I probably should have, I don't know. At the time, I just wasn't ready to be the one to make the first move. I'm very old fashioned and I wanted to be able to know the guy wanted to be with me. And I think that my weight has a lot to do with that. Because I'm pear-shaped, short, and a little heavy set, I think I really wanted to know that the guy was okay with that. And yeah, but after some thought, I just thought, no, I don't want to make the first move. So I took my profile down right away. And then I started doing some research on YouTube, and eHarmony came up as the #1 dating site. And I'm I'm going to tell you right now, do not waste your money. Do not waste your money with eHarmony. It was so bad that, and again, I'm going to be blunt, but I'm going to try to be kind. I cannot show you and prove to you what I experienced because that would be violating people's privacy. And I'm not even sure I kept the pictures that I had screenshot, but let's put it this way. I filled out the profile as best I could. All right. Just right off the cuff, not trying to be fake or anything. And obviously you guys know me. I'm not a fakey person. And I'm searching for my words. I guess I'll just dive right in. I started out with 16 pages of matches. Okay. And I was very, very open and blunt with my profile. I said I wasn't needy. I didn't need constant attention, but I also didn't appreciate being ignored. I remember that was one of my lines. And that I was short, pear-shaped, and I was very honest about my dimensions, or my measurements, is that what you call it? Dimensions are planners. And I'm getting nervous, but I'm going to continue. I didn't make it all about God or my faith because I don't want somebody that's all they talk about. I had that for 20 years and I can't relive that. I also didn't say that I wanted walks on the beach. I said, I think one of the profile questions was what's your idea of a perfect first date? And I'm just dude, just get together and talk and have an iced tea and see how it goes. No pressure. I was just very straightforward. And I also gave numerous photos in different parts of my life, different rooms, outside, inside, full body shots. There were a couple of those because I thought, I don't want to, if I get a date out of this, I don't want to show up and him go, yeah, you didn't tell me you were short and fat. So full disclosure, right? Because to me, that's how I thought I was going to get hurt, is that if I didn't really put it all out there, and I didn't overshare. I just was very and I also was very concerned because I didn't want to get somebody I don't need somebody with money. I have my own money. I didn't want to get a guy who was really needy, who was like staring into my picture window. What you doing? I'm like, well, I'm not hanging out with you right now. Like, go home. Like, I didn't want anybody needy like that. I just want somebody to like hang out with once a week or something. So I filled out the profile. I paid for 6 months, and oh my gosh, you guys, it was painful. At one point I spent 4 hours, and I had criteria. Okay. I had criteria to weed out, I think it was like hundreds of matches. And I had criteria to weed these gentlemen out so that I could kind of collect myself and see what was going on. And one of them was, and you know what? Somebody's going to say, you're shallow. Nope. I got to be attracted to the man. And one of them was, if I straight up was not attracted to him, what I would do then, so I had kind of a thing that I would do. I'd look at him and I go, no, I'm not attracted to him. So then I would go through his profile and read what he had to say. And there were a couple of guys that I was not attracted to. And, but when I started reading their profile, they were really interesting, and they were witty and funny, and they had stuff to say. So I'm like, all right, I'll keep that profile up. Like, so I didn't just delete on looks, but you guys, I seriously am getting sick to my stomach when I think back. Some of these guys would put on their, I want walks on the beach, and, chats and snuggles by the fire, and, and a sandy beach vacation. And I'm like, really? Because you look like you haven't left your John Deere camouflage, lazy boy recliner in 6 months to shave, shower, and brush your teeth. Seriously? And I know you guys are going to be like, girl, that was bitchy. I don't care. Straight up, it was bad. These men did not, either they didn't have somebody to help them, or they didn't know that this is like speed dating. When you stick your picture out there, make it count. Take a shower. One guy had nasty ass jeans that looked like they could, if he took them off, they could walk away on their own. And they were sagging down below his gut. And then he had this sweatshirt, this graphic tee sweatshirt. I think it was Old Navy or something. And it's seriously, I'm trying to lean back so you can see my gut. But it was like rounding out his gut. So like this much of his belly fat was showing. And I'm like, and he took the selfie in like a closet mirror. I was like, no, sorry. And I'm working very hard on my health and my weight. Well, I wouldn't say very hard. I've kind of taken it easy for the last 4 months, but I've maintained my weight loss of about 45 pounds. But at that time, my attitude was, I'm working really hard on my weight and just my attitude towards life and my activity level and all the things. And I thought, no. And that's what I put on my profile. I went, I don't need somebody thin, but I need somebody who cares and wants to try to be active. And one guy, this particular guy, okay, there was one guy that is drilled into my memory, and it's not a good memory. And he had numerous profiles under different names, but it was all the same picture. And he wasn't clean. And I thought, that's not tricking anybody, buddy. I just thought, okay. And then there was another guy who, these three particularly stick out in my mind. There was another guy who, he took a selfie in his bathroom mirror, and he wasn't properly dressed. It wasn't full frontal nudity, but it was, and he looked super unkempt, very unhealthy. I mean, it was kind of sad. And the mirror was so dirty, you could barely see him. It had stains of toothpaste and all this. I can't make it up. And I'm having a real conversation with you guys. Because I know, like I said in the beginning, a lot of times people don't just full disclosure. And I don't have time for that. But it was bad. It was really, really bad. And then I would have guys that, I would say 90% of the men they matched me with were men. I don't know what I said wrong on the questionnaire. I don't know what I did wrong. But 90% of them were so unfit. And I'm talking very unfit and unkept. But wanted walks on the beach and the love of their life. And I'm like, okay, no, and I mean, I'm guessing they didn't have much luck with any woman that they got matched with. Now, I would love, if you guys know, please comment below. I would love to know what kind of women are out there on eHarmony, because I have no way of finding out. I don't know a man that's on that website that could show me. But again, I didn't just delete based on looks. If I didn't find the person attractive, and I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, you know. I want to be attracted to a man if a man comes in my life. And by the way, I'm praying about this. I'm just like, Lord, if you want me to have somebody in my life, please give me wisdom about it. And so I'm doing that, and I'm doing the work on me so that I can be the kind of woman that attracts the kind of man I like or want. I want a guy who knows his own mind. And the same thing with eHarmony, I needed to make sure that the man was willing to make the first move. And I even told him that in my profile. I'm old-fashioned. I appreciate when a man makes the first move, because I do feel, I'm going to get it again. I mean, you guys are just going to have to realize that you don't necessarily have to agree with me. But in today's culture, we've gotten to the point where these poor men don't know if they're coming or going. I mean, we've basically castrated them. And if they're listening to us screaming about how I believe that we should have equal rights, I think that should just be implied, because we have the same, you know, we deserve the same opportunities in life as men do. But I think in the dating world, honestly, I think guys are confused. I just don't know if they know it's okay to approach a girl. I don't know. But I did put it in there that I appreciated being approached. Oh God, Cooper's in the front yard. He's not going to stop. Okay. So where was I going with this? Oh, I had a couple of guys, probably about 5, and they would thumbs up my picture, and then that'd be it. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then I'd wait, and then nothing would happen. And I thought, I'm not down for that. I need somebody who knows their own mind. An alpha male, a friend said. And, you know, not somebody to control me, but somebody to say, hey, I like you. And I'll be like, really? Who, me? I did try to maintain my sense of humor through the whole thing, but it was a long 6 months, because that's another thing is once you sign up, if you're totally disgusted with the process, it don't matter. They keep your money. So just be ready for that if you decide you want to try eHarmony. But here's the other thing. This is the last of the story, and I hope your eyes aren't crossing from boredom. But I did have a guy. He approached me. It was a Thursday evening, and I thought, okay, he's kind of cute, and he's really tall. I love dark-haired guys who are tall. And like Tony Soprano on that show, he is totally my type. You're like, gangster? I'm like, yep. But he approached me. Okay. This is a true story. I'm not making it up. On Thursday, by Friday, he already had my phone number, and we were talking on the phone. And he was, and I don't know how I let that happen. I think he was really, really pushy, and he seemed very emotionally mature. And I thought, okay, this guy kind of has a brain. I'm like, yeah. And he was witty, he was funny. Within the first 2 messages, he had me laughing. And dude, I spent 20 years bored. So I absolutely need somebody who I have fun with, right? And so we were talking on the phone, and within 35 minutes, I needed to hang up because it was weird. He was already talking about having sex, and I answered him 3 times. If you're looking for that, you're barking up the wrong tree, because for me, you're going to be waiting a while. And because that's not something I hand out freely, obviously. And I said, so, and then he had a wife that, and I don't feel like I'm not telling you his name. I don't even know his last name, but he had a job, and he said, oh, I have this job, and it's kind of embarrassing and kind of turns people off. And I go, okay, well, what is it? And he's like, I maintain a cemetery and I dig graves. And I'm like, well, as long as you're not asking to like come over and squat on my land for free and eat my food, I'm good. You know, like, it's a job. I don't care. And so then he started telling me that his wife got Alzheimer's, and he like let his stepdaughter, come and pick her up and just take her away. And I'm like, what? Like, how is that okay? That was your wife of 35 years. And he's like, well, I figured it, you know, my sister says it was my time to shine. I'm like, oh no, that's not okay. I don't know why I just spit. I'm like, no. And my gut just kept going off. And I thought, well, okay. And then he had two of his stepsons were in prison, and he helped raise these people. And I'm like, and not county orange jumpsuit. We're talking tan jumpsuit, like federal prison. One of them was for rape. And I'm like, and I was like, okay. I'm like, and then he started saying how he like had financial issues and just like this. And I'm like, I don't know. I hung up the phone and I thought, I'm going to sit on this. Normally I'd call Mary and be like, Mary, guess what happened? You know? So he said, I don't know. We hung up the phone. I just kind of said, I have to get up for work in the morning, which was true. Because I don't lie. And I said, so I'm gonna have to talk to you later. And he's like, okay. And you guys, at 7:01 a.m. the next morning, he was texting me. And I'm like, what? No. Remember I said, I don't want somebody peeking in the picture window. What are you doing? And I thought, okay. So I ignored it because I thought, if I text him back, that's just telling him that's okay for him to text me at 7:01. And he was texting me like, this is what I'm doing today. I'm going to take the dogs for a walk. I'm going to go to the vet. I'm like, okay, we don't know each other. Like, okay. So at 11 o'clock, I was at work, and he texted me, why haven't you texted me back? And I'm like, oh, heck no. Oh, girl, did you just, no. I was like, weird. And I texted him back and I said, well, I'm at work. I said, I've been busy. And he's like, well, are we not doing this anymore? And I'm like, I said, well, I don't know what you mean. At this point, I'm like, okay, I think I'm not down for this. And I said, well, I don't know what you mean, but, well, I haven't heard from you all morning, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. So I texted him back. I said, yep, we're not doing this anymore. I said, good luck. And he goes, 10-4. And within 2 seconds, I signed on to eHarmony. He had deleted me, and I'm just like, yep, I dodged a bullet there, 100%. And I just thought, no. So I was really, really proud of myself that I had enough self-awareness this time to say, no, he's not the right one for me, and I'm not wasting my time. So then it was a good 5 months after, and I didn't get, that happened did that happen in the first month or the second month? I can't remember, but it was a couple months later. And then my membership ended, and I was glad it was over, because honestly, nothing ever happened after that. No really new people that were interesting. I did have one guy say hello, and then I freaked out because he actually was sort of good looking, and I took like 3 days, and I think I waited too long. And then I was like, nah, this isn't the way. And Mary even said, I think you're going to have to meet somebody organically. And I said, yep, I think so. And so, you know, hopefully I meet somebody soon. I would like to do it before I'm half dead and old. But I just recently got serious about praying about it and just saying, and giving it to God and just saying, you know what, you know, give me windows of opportunity. If he gives me windows of opportunity, I will walk through those windows and I will take that opportunity. And so I'm not bashful about that. I'm not one of these people like, I'm just going to pray and pray and pray until all of a sudden, how do I want to say this? I'm not one of these people that says, oh, well, if it's God's will, it will happen. No, I do believe that we do have ownership of our behaviors. And I do believe, and I don't know if that's a thing, but that just came out of my mouth. But I do believe that we, you know, sometimes we just have to step out and do it afraid. And at this point, I haven't come across a situation like that. And I am reconsidering maybe joining another website. But I don't know. eHarmony left a really bad taste in my mouth. So I'll have to think that out. I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know. I know that was crazy long, but I told you I was going to be unscripted and unedited. Okay, Behold This says, if you could choose between having someone cook meals for you for free or having someone clean house for you for free, what would you do? Cook, cook, cook. That's why Oprah can maintain her weight loss, because she has a cook. If I could totally, while I'm doing this, go, cook, can I please have a chicken veggie wrap or something, and it like appear on a plate when I was ready, I would be like so happy. The cleaning, I'll take care of that. The cooking, 100%. Love that question, by the way. All right. From Instagram, Be Still and Journal with B period, still period, and period, journal. Says, how do you this is going to be a long answer. Maybe not. How do you cultivate offline friendships from online in the planner community? I would say, I've had negatives happen in this, and I've had positives happen in this. I now have friends that I will have for the rest of my life, whether they know it or not. They're stuck with me. And 3 of them are, well, 5. Christy, Heidi, Sarah, in no particular order, Rachel, Elvira, and I hope someday to go visit Tasia. She doesn't know that I'm kind of a stalker. I'm not really, you guys. But I would say if somebody approaches you, or if you approach somebody, take it slow, take it easy. When I get approached really fast and hard, I shut down. And that's something from in my 20s where I had a bad relationship and I was in an abusive situation where I had to go and kind of live where nobody knew my address for a solid year. When I get approached really fast and hard, I'm like, oh, no, sorry. We ain't friends. Like, and it's not to be a turd. I just do not respond to that very well. And actually, come to think of it, I'm like that in real life too. If somebody comes up at me, like at a party or a gathering, and they're just all over me and they will not leave me alone and they will not like read that I'm done. I'm just like, I write them off. I'm just like, nope, we're not a good fit. And so I would say if you see somebody online that you're like, I really like them, we have a lot in common, approach them gently, be very open with enough information to get the job done, to open the door to a friendship. And then if they don't respond, don't bug them, because clearly that's not the way to approach them. Also, if somebody approaches you, go with your gut. If your alarm bells go off, be done. Social media is something that we are still navigating through, and none of us really even know the long-term ramifications of all of this. You go with your gut and you listen to yourself. I think that's the best advice I can give you. I have had people approach me where it's an immediate connection, and then it turns into a friendship. I've also had situations where I've approached shop owners and I'm like, hey, I showed you stickers. I just wanted you to know. I send a link and I don't even get like a thank you. And I'm like, okay, no worries. I didn't do it for that. I'm just letting you know I gave you free advertising. But that's how Elvira and I became friends, was she was appreciative of the work that I put out in a video, and she just started chatting with me, and now she's stuck with me forever. And then with Sarah and I can't remember exactly. She would remember because she's super smart and she's a math brain, but we really bonded over a mutual situation and frustration. And then I think I offered, hey, do you want to do a collab? She looked me up. That's another thing. And then it was just love at first sight. I mean, she's forever going to be my friend. But that's another thing is, look at if somebody approaches you, look at their accounts. If they say, I have a YouTube channel, then look at the YouTube channel before you respond. Do some digging, because what if they're putting out, Satan stuff and you're not into that, or something like that, or, every other, like, these are things that I would be like, no, we can't be friends. Like, every other video is a snake. I'd be like, well, can't look at that because I'm terrified of them. I mean, or what if you get on there and you're like, oh my gosh, they're using the same planner I use. They love all the colors I love. And boy, her message was really inviting and nice. Yes, I'm going to, reply back. So that was the long version of go with your gut. Okay, Miss Vegan asks, how long did it take before you started making money on YouTube? And I'm going to say 3 to 5 years. This is a very, very taboo subject on between YouTubers. People it's kind of like you don't want to share what you make at your job either. Don't do that, because that just that's not a good thing. Yeah, people don't want to talk about it. I'm going to tell you that this ties into another question that somebody asked about YouTube, and it's, don't go into it thinking you're going to make a lot of money, because every channel grows at a different pace. You get monetized, and now I don't even know what the rules are. I know you have to have so many watched hours and so many subscribers, and so it's a labor of love. It's absolutely, you go into it thinking I'm making no money, and then when you start to make money, it's a variable every month. So I just this year, so I'm going to say, to actually make $1, I think it was 2 years ago. I'm probably wrong. But to actually make any money at all that's worth the effort that goes into making videos and having a channel, I'm going to say this year. And even then, I'm going to take a leap. It's under $1,000 a month. And it's way under 1,000. And if you figure on an average, I put out 15 videos a month, and each video can take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours between the start of prepping, filming, editing, uploading, and then adding all the information that I need to do to make that video go live. I'm making very, very little an hour for my time and energy. So you have to go into it saying, okay, this isn't going to make me any money for a while. And then you have other channels that grow super, super fast, and within a year they're, they're balling. So Elvira's like, I can't believe you just said that. So, okay, I'm going to skip to the next one that correlates with this, and it's from DC Haffin, Haffin. What advice would you give to someone wanting to start a YouTube channel with planners? I would say be prepared for it to be a labor of love for a while. It's just something you're going to do for free, and it's going to take a lot of time, and the learning curve is steep. It's really steep. Be real and keep it fresh. I think this is really critical, at least for me, because if I watch somebody who has a newer channel, and by newer I mean has a smaller number of subscribers, you've got about 1 minute to keep somebody's attention, and then they're clicking off it. So you have to keep it fresh and keep it real. Don't overshare, because people will let you know with their opinion. And let's see, you don't have to buy, I wrote all this down, don't buy expensive equipment or stuff. So you don't need a lot of fancy stuff. I'm still using my phone, the same arm. Where is it? I'm still using this. I can link that below. And I'm using a tripod right now. I'll link that below. But other than that, I haven't bought expensive lighting or anything like that. And yeah, keep it fresh, keep it real. Because I'll get on a channel like that'll come up on my feed. And this is real life for me. If in 2 minutes I'm bored, or we're still staring at the top of their planner and they're telling me how Billy Bob Joe, drove the truck into the ditch for the 4th time, that's not what I'm there for. The audience has to connect with you before they care about your personal information. God, I can't believe I'm being this blunt. And I do watch some planner videos where I'll get halfway through and I'm like, okay, yep, same thing as last month. And then I'll just click off. So the money, and I learned this from somebody else who has a YouTube channel. And there goes that light again. Oh my God, I'm ignoring it. Is the money is not necessarily in the subscribers. The money is in the views. So if you have 4 subscribers, but you have 100,000 views on a video, there's where your money's at. And so all of this that I'm telling you ties into how you get better views and how people stay watching that particular video longer. And that's if they're not bored. And so, yeah, so I hope that helps you if you're wanting to start a YouTube channel. There's a lot of information out there, but I say just keep it simple, keep it real, and keep it fresh, and you'll do great. And then the last really super, super critical is edit, edit, edit. I've said it before in previous videos. My gosh, I watched a video the other day. I think it was just yesterday, and she spent the whole video coughing. And I was like, what? Like every other, she would, like every 5 minutes she was hacking. And I'm like, and then she'd say, oh, so sorry for coughing. And I'm like, you could have edited that out. Like, not only that, but it would have made the video more engaging. And I realize I've cleared my throat in this video. Because now I'm super, super hypersensitive about all the stuff that I'm telling you that I'm like, nah, I'm not down for that. So I thought, well, maybe she was just having a bad day because she kind of has a really cute planner and she has a nice voice and she seems interesting. So I clicked on the next video and dudes, she was doing the same thing, like every 5 minutes. And we're not talking, or anything, because we are people, right? But she was literally coughing and hacking. And I'm like, okay, yep, not the channel for me. I'm not going to listen to you hack. So if that happens, edit, edit, edit. And that's a great way to, just kind of have your videos more tightened up. Because I could totally just look down here like this and be totally silent. And you're like, oh yeah, you silent? No. And I can edit that out because I don't want to waste your time with you watching me read the, read the question. Oh my goodness. You know why I'm laughing, you guys? Because I promised that I would keep this real and I'm scared. This is what it's like with me. This is real. Okay, Virginia Foss says, if you could design your own merchandise, which planner style would you base it on? I don't know what that means. Like, do you mean size or do you mean rings versus bound books? I don't know because I love it all. So I don't have an answer for that. I'm super sorry. And then it says, what type of decor would you include? And I'd say pink bows and flowers. If I could set up a really, really cool bougie planner with everything pink bows and flowers, I would just love that. And I actually bought some stuff from the Ultimate Planner sale that I'm gonna do my birthday month in August with all bougie pink stuff. And I'm excited for it. And that would be the aesthetic that I would try to put out if I did that. All right, so let's see. Danny says, no questions, just love your videos and love your laugh. And your daughter and I share the same birthday, May 19th. I'm much older than her, 54 years young. Well, happy belated birthday to you, Danny. Thank you for the kind words. All right, let's see. Instagram set from _beautiful_plan. It says, what brought you to planning? And it's Diane Reevely from Ranger Inc. I started art journaling and I can't even, Pocket Pals, pocket letters. I started pocket letters and then I started art journaling because of pocket letters on YouTube. And then I saw some planning videos and then game on and it was over. And I think I bought like a Michael's, a Michael's coiled and then a ring from Hobby Lobby or something. And then that was it. That's how I started. And that was back in 2015. Yeah, 2015. Okay, and then Aimlessly Allie. So she left one on YouTube and then she left one on Instagram. And it says, favorite books, genres, and authors. I will find all of these books on Amazon just so you can see the title and the covers of the books. But let's see. Heather Gudenkauf. She is from my area. I love pretty much every book. Second to the last book, I'm like, I don't know about that. It was about the girls on the train track. And she does kind of fashion it after some real life stuff. And dude, that girl can go deep. Like her imagination. So Heather Gudenkauf. And I think what I'll do is I'll just, she might have a website. I will try to find that and I will link that below. And then The Stolen Marriage by Diane Chamberlain. You guys, if you haven't read that, you need to go get it. Go get it. It's so good. And then Need to Know by Karen Cleveland. I found out about that book because she was on a morning show and she had her first baby and went on maternity leave, and she's a CIA agent in real life. I don't know if she still does it now, but on her maternity leave, she decided to write a book, and I can barely clean my bathroom, but she decided to write a book. It's called Need to Know, and it's so good. When you get to the end, you'll want to call in sick so that you can finish the book. It's that good. Okay, and then The Girl Who Lived. I don't know who the author is. Sorry about that. The Red Tent, super good, by Anita Diamant. And this book is about women in Abraham days when they would be in the tents. And when they would have their period, they had to go into the red tent during their menstruation. Is that the right word? Yeah, it's been such a long time for me. The menstrual cycle. Yeah, okay. And the book is kind of weird in some spots where you're like, what? And then you get to the end and you're like, no way. And then I was just crying. So I love that book. And then the other one that I've gotten my patrons hooked on is by William Forstein. I hope I said that right. And it's called 1 Second After. And it's about if an EMP hit this country. And it's super good. And there's 3 books in that series, but the first one is called 1 Second After. You guys, I'm looking at my time thingy. Woohoo! This is gonna be a long video. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that I got everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at, it says, tell the naked story. You guys, just don't. Oh, it was a teaching moment. Okay. Yeah, and if you know of anybody who's single who can handle all this, I'm a lot of extra. Have them email me with a photo. And because seriously, I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody knows somebody. Okay, and I am super excited about the Hobonichi launch. You know, I'm already, it's not even July 1st, and I'm already like thinking about what I'm going to do next year. I'm excited. Okay, I think that's it, you guys. I hope you still like me. I just realized I flashed my planner, and I'm good. You guys are not dumb. You guys are quick. Yes, I have a new Giglio rings. I bought it in their sample sale, and it's the pink. I can't. And I have the Maverick right here, and I love them both. But I had to switch into this. It's for my birthday month when I do everything pink. But yes, I know because I went, when I put the up like this, I know somebody's going to, what? Is that new? Okay, so we're done. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to leave the comments turned on because let's have a conversation. Maybe you want to leave a comment saying you're looking for a planner friend, and somebody below says, hey, I'm willing to connect. All I ask though is, I've thought about doing that once, is trying to network people. My suggestion to you is this: I would not just randomly leave your email. I would only leave your Instagram or your email in a comment below, but I would only do it like in response to somebody. So if you're looking for a planner friend, say in Illinois, you say, I'm in Illinois, I'm looking for a planner friend, please respond below. That's how I would do it. And then if you're in Illinois and you read that and you're like, hey, I'm game for taking a risk, but remember, don't anybody get their feelings hurt. Let's not get butt hurt on anything. If you truly don't connect, then let it go, because there's somebody there. You know what Mary says? There's a lid for every pot. And I truly do believe that. So I would say then, if you respond, say, yes, I would love to connect with you. Here's my Instagram account, or here's my email. But then if you leave an email address in a comment, please go back and delete that comment within, like, after you make a connection with that person that you're responding to, because I don't think that's good for stuff to kind of just be sitting out there random. I don't know. I won't clean up you guys' comments. I'm going to let you guys do that. But you know what? Let's do this. Let's make some friends. And so, yeah, if you're in a particular area of the world or the country and you want somebody to chat with or swap happy mail with or whatever, I say that's a good idea. Please do not leave your mailing address in a comment in YouTube. I think pretty much everybody knows that, but I just had that moment where I went, oh shoot, you just said happy mail, and I just don't want anybody to think that's okay. It's not safe. So yeah. Okay. So hopefully you guys meet some friends, and maybe somebody has a man for me. I don't know. Oh my gosh. So fun. This has been fun, you guys. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Gots to do my salutation. I want to thank everybody for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and always enjoy today. Bye, everybody. Okay, I came out of the room from filming, and look at who I found living his best life. I think he's snoring. He makes me smile every day. Bye, everybody.